Once upon a time, God sent us a missionary. I don't know. I think it's from, where is Uncle Diwa? Where was Pa Elton from? Oh, England.
Englishman.
I think it's from England, but I was not sure.
Yeah, he's an Englishman, he's not Irish.
All right. So he served in Elisha, and he was Pa Elton's direct disciple. Yes, Pa Elton's direct disciple. So they were the ones that received him as an apostle and a prophet. And on all of them that had direct contact with him, there is a prophetic deposit upon all of them. All of them, including him. Because we've had some time together, and I found out that there was a deposit. And that's what happens when you receive someone that Jesus has sent. There were many cycles of believers those days that did not acknowledge the grace that was upon that man, and they could not tap what God endowed him with. But as many there be that identified that what was motivating him was the grace of God, was the hand of God. Please, can you tell us a few things about Pa Elton? Do you know of his prayer life? Do you know of
Yes,
his prophetic grace? So let's find out.
Yeah, so I first of all encountered Pa Elton in 1982 in my final year in ABU Zaria. He came there to
1982, you were in final year. Jesus Christ. Hallelujah. Now, how many of you were born in when my wife was born? Jesus. Okay.
So he came to Zaria, and when he came there and spoke to us, now let me say that at that time in Christianity, the excitement of the young believers was on people like Kenneth Hagin,
okay,
who were sending us a lot of books from the United States and all of that, Kenneth Copeland and all of those. There was a lot of excitement about those word of faith preachers. When I listened to Kenneth Hagin, I listened to Pa Elton, I told my friends that a greater than Kenneth Hagin is here. And they laughed at me. Now, that means that I was able to recognize that there was a prophet here because, Kenneth Hagin is a teacher. And the Lord himself revealed to me that a greater than Kenneth Hagin is here. I just said it. And then I prophesied. I said that during my youth service, I'll be learning under Pa Elton. And the Lord stamped that.
Wow.
I did not influence my posting to the old Oyo State. I was posted to Oyo State. And I did not influence my posting in the primary assignment. I was posted to a village near Elisha. I was staying in Elisha. I'm going to teach in a secondary school in Igongon. And we were coming to Pa Elton's house. Every Thursday, just 10 of us would come and sit down in his parlor, and he would come and teach us.
Now, can you imagine a prophet that God sent all the way from England decided to come here of all the cities? He chose to stay in Elisha. How many of you know Elisha? How many of you have been there? Oh, you even tried. So can you think of the Elisha of 1982? An Englishman leaves his country, and then he's staying in Elisha, and his daughter, if I'm not mistaken, Ruth is still there.
Ruth is still Ruth is somewhere in Kogi State now.
In Kogi State now, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so that was a prophet that was sent to Nigeria as a nation. Now, did he say anything about that revival while those days? What did he say?
So the first day I stepped in his house, and he asked me where I was from. And I told Pa Elton that I'm a thief man. Pa Elton did not talk for like 5 minutes.
He was quiet.
Just looking at me. And then he would say, thief man. Thief man. And after a while he said, the greatest revival is going to take place with the thief people. That it will be very, very difficult for the thief people to submit to God, but God will finally take them. And when he does, he's going to use them to vanquish the whole of Islam in northern Nigeria and the northern part of Africa.
And what he brought about Tivland. You still remember what he said? Please give us a chronicle of what he said about this land.
No, so all I could recall was that first day I came and he encountered me and knew that I'm a thief person and just said those words.
He talked about a revival that was to come.
Yeah, I say that it will be difficult
for
the thief people to yield or to submit completely to God.
Do you have any record whether or not he ever came to this land?
He didn't, because later on...
That's what I wanted you to know. He did not know about the thief people because he visited here. Oh, you're not with me. So, can you give us a grand summary?
Yeah, so the grand summary is Elton never knew of the word Elisha when God spoke to him to come to Nigeria and live in Elisha.
He never knew of
the name called Elisha. He didn't know there was anything like that. So when God said, if you come to Nigeria, live in Elisha, he took the map of Nigeria and started to look for a town by the name of Elisha. So there were just a few of them praying when God spoke.
Do you see how the prophets of old were diligent to follow prescriptions? Today, ministry is a jamboree, it's a jungle.
So when he came to Elisha, the town was such a very small place. And there were some missions back home in Europe, in America. When they discovered that he was here, they gave him a lot of offers to move and live in Lagos so that they will be funding him. To live in Ibadan so that they will be funding him, he refused and said, God said I should live in Elisha. A very, very lonely place. That's why he lived till he died. He came to Nigeria around 1936, thereabout.
Jesus.
Yeah, thereabout. So, by the time I was meeting him, I think he was here for from 36 to 82. Yeah, it was like, yes. And so he remained there and would travel around the country and minister. And his ministry was particular to university students. He saw that that is the future. And so he loved to minister to students on the campuses. In Ife, and that's why he came to ABU and all of that. His wife, who we called Mama, I don't even know, know her name till now, was a very, very quiet woman. I cannot quote 2 words that I heard from her. Yeah, but I kept going to the house severally. I cannot remember because she was so quiet there. But Elton said that anytime he was ministering, he was looking at his wife. And when he was going beyond when he should stop and he saw the wife would signal him, he would end it. Yeah, so the wife was an integral part of the ministry and the calling. Pa Elton was actually an apostle that operated in the prophetic grace too, but an apostle to Nigeria. And he told us that when he comes back, he is going to be ruling over Nigeria.
That's when he comes back in the age to come.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. So now, can you see his heart is on the reward? That's why you will not find him being a reggae rag. May Lord have mercy on us.
We believe that you are richly blessed by the message. Please subscribe, like, and don't forget to share with families and friends.